Welcome, friends. Good morning. Welcome to the 10th episode of State of the Market Live. Today is 17th June 2022. It's a fresh Friday morning. We'll discuss the state of Nifty and Bank Nifty in this episode. Let us first look at what SGX is doing. Yesterday, we fell from almost 15,860 levels towards 15,300 levels, and the market was a one-way fall. If you look at a 30-minute chart on Nifty, we have continuously fallen since the open. But today, what SGX is doing is it is continuously working on a range-bound manner, and it is not breaking 300. Yesterday, I expected the market to not break 16, 15, 522. I expected the market to support around this level. You see that yesterday we took a support there, but then large players wanted to get more inventory below this level. That means yesterday I informed in my Telegram channel that a large player is trying to build positions around 15,522. That is around these levels. It doesn't matter whether we are looking SGX chart or Nifty chart. We'll just analyze SGX Nifty first, and then we'll proceed to Nifty and Bank Nifty. Yesterday, when the market was falling, we expected the market to continuously collapse below 667. So the key supports I mentioned were 830, 760, and then 522. It worked as per plan, but below this, I did not expect. I did not expect to market to go below this. Yes, I expected that if we close below this level, like we did yesterday, there can be a fall towards 14,780 levels. That can happen even now. However, generally what happens is whenever there is an expiry that is down, the market will be up on Friday. And if our market goes up, closes higher on a Thursday, we will go down on a Friday. This is not 100% probability. Only 90 to 95% of times this is true. That is, mostly it is true. 9 out of 10 times it will be true. Only one weekend we may get something different if the situation is dire. So yesterday we had the inflation scare, US markets are falling. So obviously this buyer here, he did not get his fill. Basically, he could not get enough buying here. So he had to shift his positions at these levels. He went to 440, and then at 300, even at 300, he is not filled. That means most of the large players are trying to build positions around this zone. Now, what will happen today? Today, the market is expected to move range bound and then fall. Okay, so to analyze what will happen in our regular market hours, let's look what is happening to Nifty. So in Nifty, this is how we fell. It was a very awkward day. In terms of market profile, you see that no 30-minute bar has closed above the high. If you see, in terms of market profile, both Nifty and Bank Nifty were doing one-time framing. What do I mean by one-time framing? I'll write it for you so that you can come back and watch. This was one-time framing. So in a market profile graphic, this will be very clear and evident. So we were doing one-time framing. Now, this one-time framing occurred in both Nifty and Bank Nifty. So this means it was a planned move. it could be only a planned move. You see that none of the highs of previous bars were breaking. You see that none of the previous bar highs were breaking. Like that, we kept on falling until 15,335. Now, how do we analyze this? That means, how do we analyze the range for today? We'll just draw a simple volume profile chart. Sorry, this is not what I wanted. So look for a volume profile chart here and then see what they did. Yesterday, if when the market was coming down, we had a lot of volume happening here. But later, the market tried to get a lot of volume at the bottom. As I mentioned, below 522, they were continuously buying. Large players were continuously buying. Now you see that this is the level I have mentioned. I did not know that the profile will form like this, but I know below what level there will be lot of buying. I thought between 15,660 and 15,522 they will buy. 15,522 they will buy. Now you see that yesterday they changed the plan and kind of they bought more below 522. That always happens. You think once and the market will do something else. So yesterday a lot of buying happened here in this zone, this particular zone. Just a minute, let me find out this. Yeah, so we found a lot of buying here yesterday. The move below this was to buy a lot in cash segment in Reliance, HDFC or HDFC Bank and most of the index stocks at the bottom levels. Now you might ask, yesterday FII figures were negative. How can you say they were buying? FII net figure can be negative, but in order flow we can see that large players are buying the stock. You see the bump here. You see that between 660 and 520 they were buying, but below that they were more buying, still more. Okay. However, we cannot rule out a fall below 15,335. Now, what we need to monitor over the next few days is how is the auction behaving in this zone. So for the next few days, that means for next week, from today, my range of movement is going to be 15,335 or 369 to 15,660. Initially, they will have a small range. Today, probably I am looking for a range of 15,660 to 15,520. And then we will look for more trade facilitation here. And if we break this, we can go up. So until then, what large players are going to do is they are going to move in this particular range for next week. That is the situation as of now. And any move below 15,369 or 15,335, I will be negative. Let's see if we get more levels on the downside to check for this market. So yesterday we drew the bottom levels and saw that, we can go to up to 15,522. Now today we can if the move is extreme, basically this particular Fibonacci will come only if the move is extreme, and we can go to 15,127 if it falls continuously from here. Otherwise, we are going to trade above this level. 15,409 is the level we should go above. Like today, we can trade in this range or this particular range. And basically, we can even check 15,583 once now. So these are all the important levels that the market is looking for here. Now, let's look at Bank Nifty. So on an intraday term basis, so today what am I expecting? I am expecting a move above 15,369 and towards 15,409 and if possible 520. So this 520 level is going to be very important for the next few days to come. So basically, when I expected 520 as the base, what they did, they kept a range above 520 and below 520 to play the market over the next few days. Let's see what will happen in Bank Nifty. In Bank Nifty, we had the same kind of situation. See how the market structure is so predictable. It is not tough at all. Most of the times, we do not understand how to read the market. This is the way you have to read the market. If you understand market profile and order flow, your understanding of market structure will change a lot. Let's see what they did yesterday. In Bank Nifty also, you see that yesterday they had a trend day with all 30-minute bar, staying on the downside. That means no high of the bar was broken. Yesterday was the easiest day to make money in the market. Of course, I and my clients exited early, like we exited at 33,090. That is fine. We should not look for every drop of profit in the market. It will not come like that. We have to be happy somewhere. And I train my clients and students to be happy with limited profits, because these kind of trend days are very rare in a year. They may come once or twice, but the average day will come regularly. If you see, even in market profile terms, yesterday we made profit in the range through Bank Nifty shorts and also Nifty puts. This is the range, and you see that the volume profile is also up to this range. So basically it was done to 32,959. Yesterday I mentioned in my SOTM live that we may hit 32,700 and 800 levels also, which is what the market did. So today we have to be careful above this level. So we have to open above this level. Let's remove this. And also I'll be looking for 33,071 in the next few days to come. And I see that the structure of Bank Nifty is slightly different from that of Nifty. In Nifty, there is a lot of buying, but in banks, there was a lot of selling. You see that there was a lot of selling and there was no consistent buying. On the downside, we may even look for, these are extreme cases. Don't expect market to gap down today. It may go down if it is out of that 95% probability. Otherwise, we will end up traveling within this zone between 32,618 and 33,071 or 33,090. Any break above this level, 33,152, is going to get us back into this range. But there is low probability of that happening, getting into this zone. So we may mostly work in this zone. Let me put some text there so that we'll mark it as zone 1 so that we know the zone to play. So we need to play within 33,071 and 32,618. So this is zone 2. I will not look for, because that is a very low probability. Unless there is an extreme case of rebound, we may go above this level. At that time, we have to analyze the market. If it is below this level, I can look for 31,896. Ideally, it should not go. If it goes, the next direct target can only be 31,891. Let's see if we can get any levels here. We'll go to a lower time frame chart and see if we can identify any levels there. It may not be possible because we did not have a low, but yeah, we can find. Yeah, so we can find that even that level is very low at 32,101. So any fall below today's low should be taken with utmost care, and we need to depend on market profile charts for identifying the zones there. This is what is happening in Bank Nifty. Now, let's see what is happening in Reliance, HDFC and HDFC Bank. We'll go with Reliance. In Reliance, again, the same day. We'll look at, because in Reliance, we need to, because the market is falling continuously, let's see what is happening on the lower time frame charts. So basically, we have broken a trend line. The first piece of information on a daily chart is that we have not broken the trend line. So any fall can be up to the bottom. Yesterday, I mentioned to you that we have to fall until 2,500, where put writing needs to build up. So once put writing builds up, we can look for this zone as the support zone. So I will look for any buying opportunities here in this zone. If this line is broken, then you can expect a deep cut. So what is the line? 2498. So basically, once we break this trend line today, or it may happen tomorrow, we have to look for downside levels. I'm not saying that the market will fall. I'm just saying that there is a slight chance of that happening. That is only the thing we have to look for. So if we fall below that, we may go towards 22,668. 22,68 is the downside level I look for, with a stop loss of like 25,31 if it breaks 25. So on a positional basis, your stop loss will be more. So this is what is happening in Reliance. On the upside, what is happening? Let's see what is happening on the upside. We'll just go with a 15-minute chart and see where we can go up. So let's look for what the profile is saying, how the profile has built. Yeah. So basically, this is the trade zone that we should look for. We should look for a trade zone of this today. If the market is positive, if Nifty wants to go up, this is the kind of zone I will be looking for. So basically, I will look for a zone which is as low as this. That means between 2552 to 2597. Only a 100-point range I will look for. More than that, I will not look for anything in Reliance today. Let's see what is happening in HDFC Bank. In HDFC Bank, let's go back to daily chart. We don't have to look weekly charts because daily charts are enough to understand what is happening in the market. Yeah, let's look at weekly so that we can have a, yeah, we are breaking the downside. This is a big negative. However, sometimes what happens is we can open gap up today and take a support here. So basically, this is a very key support, very crucial support that we are looking at. So any break of 1282, where we closed yesterday in futures, that is going to be very negative. So what are the levels to look for on the downside? So we should look for levels which are, yeah, we are below, we have closed below a key support. So on a positional weekly basis, please do not expect HDFC Bank to fall immediately to 1000. So there is a gap of around 260 points, 260 points of fall we can go through. However, we have to break 1282. It won't be easy. Today, probably we may go up, and probably if we cannot cross at least 1449 on a weekly basis, we are looking at weekly chart, not daily chart. So this can happen over weeks, and you need to look at lower time frame charts also to analyze when it will break 1290. So let's go back to daily chart and see so what can happen on an intraday basis. So you see that we are at the bottom, so we need to at least, let's go back to intraday so that we'll see where buyers can come back. That means shorts can start covering. So probably any move or open above 1301, shorts can cover in this stock. So basically they will start covering once the market moves above 1301, and they will at least touch 1307 before doing anything on Monday. They will want to check for liquidity again here, and then if it fails, then they will cover 1290. However, we may also go gap down today. So we have to open up all possibilities and look during the market hours to see how to respond to the stocks. So basically, you should not just have a bias and go into the market. You should go into the market and then build a bias with the data that it is supplying after market open. The only thing you have to do is go with a few options. What are the areas where I need to travel? So in HDFC, situation is same. So we have to, so in everything you see that there was a lot of selling at the bottom. So these zones will be tested today. That means we may have an up move until 2102 or 2080 before going anything further. Now let's see what are daily charts and weekly charts saying in HDFC. Let's look at weekly first so that we'll have a better idea, because during any crisis, remember that we should look for longer time frame charts to get a better picture. So because all trend lines seem to have been broken, we'll look what is happening here. Yeah, so below 2059 we are going to look for panic. So today, if they want to open low today, they can try taking support at 2059 and then go up, or it can break down over next few weeks to fall below 1796. So on an intraday time frame, we have to look for weakness around 2029, 2030. So we'll go back to intraday time frame and see what is happening. So I will keep my options open until 2029, and then I will look for a move between these two levels. So basically, we will look for a move between these two levels. We may go until 2094, as I told you, 2080 or 2100 levels, and from there we can, on Monday we can see whether to break this or break on the upside. So now in all stocks on Nifty and Bank Nifty, the option is today we may have a range market, and then we can either break upside or downside. Only Monday will give a clear picture of what will happen. Now let's see what is happening to SGX again, and then close this session. Yeah, you see that we are kind of as expected in everything. We are moving in a rangy manner. Let's see where the pre-open will happen. And any move above 440 or 520 will be positive. And it will take any move above 520 can make the shorts, can force the shorts to cover. But if large players want to buy more, then entire next week they are going to spend within this range, or only a fall of 290 or 280 can lead to lower levels. That's all for today, guys. Hope this video has been helpful. Please subscribe to my channel, and please share the link with friends, and please like this video if you have enjoyed this. Have a great day. Be safe. Bye bye.